Hi, I'm Mark, and welcome to this video on how to build an awesome Nether hub. Now, if you look in front of you, you can see what is indeed an awesome Nether hub. And this was built by the folks on the Craft Theory Adult server, and it'll be an excellent example of what I want to talk about in this video. Now, if you don't understand what a Nether hub is, it's simply a central location where all of your Nether portals can connect to, and it makes your travel in the overworld a lot faster, a lot simpler, and a lot safer. And that's all there is to it. Now, I've got some notes here that I want to refer to as I go through this video, and I hope you'll understand because I want to make sure I cover everything. Now, the first thing I want to cover is make it epic. You can see this is pretty epic, and the reason you want to make it epic is because if you're on a multiplayer server, a lot of people are going to be going through here, and you want to make sure that each of them thinks that your build is awesome. Now, you want to also make it large enough, and the reason is that you can see these tunnels coming off of the Nether hub. These tunnels each take up a little space, and if they take up space, eventually you're going to run out of space. The bigger you make it, the longer you can go without running out of space. Now, in addition to that, you want to have it be centralized. If you are in the Nether and you have this room somewhere off to the side, it's going to take a lot longer for some people to get to the Nether hub. You want to make sure that it's centralized in such a way that it's the quickest place that you can get to within the Nether. Now, the primary portal here should also be centralized. The reason is, when you come into this room, especially if it's big, you want to be certain that it can be quick, it can be easy to get to this central Nether portal. Now, is it something that has to be there? No, none of this has to be there. But if you're trying to create an awesome Nether hub, these are some ways to do it. Now, off of here, you can consider doing multi-levels. The trouble is, the multi-levels create all sorts of problems from the standpoint of efficiency. If you come into this Nether hub and you have to now go up and go up some stairs and go around here just to get to the central portal, well, it's not going to be efficient. It's not going to be fast. Now, you can do multi-levels, and I have done it myself, and they look frickin' terrific, but they can also slow things down. So keep that in mind. Now, you've got tunnels here, and I mentioned that these come off of the main hub, but in addition, you can create sub-spokes or spokes within spokes. Now, here we've got a main spoke coming off, and it's got skeleton grinder portal of to the end portal and the sheep shearing game coming off of it. Each of these is like a sub-spoke, and you can build these to adjust for room that maybe you don't have inside the main hub, or to create a quicker path to where you want to go. Now, the portals that end up inside the main hub, because they're very, very close in the overworld, can be a problem. But all you have to do is build either a staircase or a tunnel down underneath or over the hub. So let's say, example, we've got a portal that ends up, well, right here by this sconce. Now, if we build a tunnel underneath, we can have our portal be right below there and yet not disrupt the Nether hub. Or we can go up over the top and solve that problem that way. It's pretty straightforward. It does slow things down, but it keeps your Nether hub looking good. Now, you want to also, speaking of looking good, you want to have these portal hallways all look the same. The reason being is it really adds to the overall look of this Nether hub. And this is an error I made in this particular hub. I was one of the head designers, I guess you could call me, for this. And what I should have done is made each of these hallways the same right away. So basically create hallways next to each other that have a similar look to them. Now you can see each of these has a different look coming off of here. You've got double doors, you've got single doors, you've got some ice overhead. Each of those tends to detract from the overall look of the Nether hub. So keep that in mind. Now, you also want to label your tunnels. The reason being, especially in a symmetrical Nether hub like this one, it's easy to get lost. So make sure that each of your tunnels is labeled like this one. Okay, this is the portal to Followers Island. We know quickly and easily right away where we are going if we go through here. Now, in addition to labeling those tunnels, you may want to avoid windows, especially within the hub itself, and let me show you why. Again, this is not something you have to do, but let's look at the outside. If you look around, you can see it's not nearly as pretty on the outside as it is on the inside. The reason being is that as you build, you need to make accommodations. So you may want to avoid windows so you don't have to look at that ugliness. Also, it makes the Nether hub appear safer than it would if you can look out and see the Nether. But that's just my opinion. You can do this as you want. Sometimes I've seen windows that look freaking awesome. So, you know, depending on how your hub is set up, you may want to definitely put windows in. You should be considering a workroom off to the side here. The workroom allows you to have all these different materials and an anvil and an ender chest and all of those things readily available to you or the folks that are passing through. If you're in charge of maintaining the hub, then having that stuff readily available is a great, great thing. Finally, you want to mob-proof it. Now, if you've noticed, we have seen the zombie pigmen wandering around here willy-nilly. That's because I have failed to make it totally mob-proof yet. I've been working on it and I can't find all the spots where the mobs are spawning. So I need to continue to work on that. The zombie pigmen are not a big deal, but the two things that are a big deal are ghasts and magma cubes. Now, or lava cubes, magma cubes? I can never remember. But you don't want those spawning in here. They can really tear things up, especially the ghasts, and I've seen that happen. So that's it. That is all of this video on some of the tips for how to create a great Nether hub. So good luck when you go to create your hub. I hope it turns out wonderfully, and by all means, post a link in the comments of this video because I want to see it. Now, if you like this video, please leave a like or a comment, or best of all, share it. And if you didn't like this video, keep it to yourself. Thanks for watching.